Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this edition of Unpopular Review, the NXT edition. I know it's not Christmas, but we're wearing our Christmas sweaters anyway. I'm probably already gave it away. But I'm one of your hosts, Badguy Jack. It's kind of cold. It sucks. The thing is about November, right? It's like, yes, it's kind of the cool month of the year. It's nice. You get ready for the holidays, blah, blah, blah. But it sucks because it's getting cold. But I digress. I'm one of your hosts, Badguy Jack. So let's bring her in. She's the reason why I even got this Christmas sweater on. She's out. You can't even see it, but she's hyped. She's ready. She's my tag team partner for this evening. We're getting ready to talk some NXT. Let's bring her in. You know her. You love her. She's from the 7th season. Let's bring her in. The Captain, Shaypere. Hey, Captain. How are ya? Oh, I'm so sorry. You are muted. We are off to a great start. This is how you know we're gonna have a great show. Captain!
Believe this. We're in for the fix already. You muted my mic, took away my choices, took away my voice. I'm sick of
it. She already bringing the heat. We just watched NXT. It just went off the air. I thought it was an okay show. They filled in a lot of storylines to further go on after, because last week was Halloween Havoc. If you guys don't know, you guys should tune in to look at the archives because it was a fun show. We were in costume, and look, we're here with Christmas sweaters. Hey, look at that
Valor Christmas sweater, which is extra much greater.
I'm sorry, Finn is great, but Sonic the Hedgehog is greater. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a belch there. That was gross. Sorry.
Does he have 8-pack? Does he have an 8-pack?
I'm sorry. Have Finn Balor ever saved the world? I'm glad we had this conversation. Yeah, okay. Lie to somebody else, sweetheart. That was false. That was false.
The Avengers beat Ultron, so don't even start.
So I'm not gonna lie. You know what? She wanted to bring the heat, but in one of the comics, Sonic was king. Bong. So.
Don't play with me. I just know you didn't say that. I just know you didn't. I'm done. I'm done.
They didn't come here to see us fight, ladies and gentlemen. The kids see us fight, Shay. So let's talk about NXT. I think they do come to see us fight because I've heard people say they like to hear you yell at me for whatever reason, even though you're in the wrong, but I digress. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about the opening part. Let me bring up my notes here as I look professional. So Mandy Rose opened the show. She comes out with the title. She's very much, she's the new NXT Women's Champion. She let us know that she is. See, it just sounds weird when I say this, but she said, I am that bitch. And I said, I can relate. I'm not gonna lie. When I hear people and they say, I'm a bad bitch, I sometimes say, me too. But no one wants to hear me say that. So we got Mandy. She comes out. She's flaunting. She's talking about she's the new champion, and we get a video package where she comes out by herself, and the crowd is really behind Toxic Attraction. I gotta point this out how much that Florida crowd is really behind her. Not even just her, but Toxic Attraction in general. So, you hear them sitting there cheering her, and she says, you deserve it, which is a mixed review. You hear, you deserve it it's you deserve it, and no, she don't. To which she said, I know I deserve it. I don't need this. To make it clear, she is a heel. I like that because, sometimes they get caught up in all that, and they go like, yeah, I do deserve it. Thank you. You're so nice. She says, yeah, I do. And I deserve, I deserve a nice warm steak too, but I don't need to hear all that from you. Her girls, she says, we had a great night last week, but where are my girls? And they're beating up the unloved Zoe Stark, who apparently was injured, and we didn't hear from her for the rest of the show. And it's I don't want to say it's weird, but so Mandy's the champion, right?
Yeah.
And she's in the ring. Io comes out, and she's like, I don't like Zoe, which I had to agree. I don't like her either. Not a fan of hers. But she said, I don't like you even more. To which Mandy says, this is not the old NXT, Io. This is the new one. And she just clobbers Io. I think Io eventually gets some offense in and she does what she has to do. but those girls jump Io. I don't know. For me, it was like, I think it was like, to me, a changing of the guard a little bit, because I remember once upon a time how Io was presented. So now seeing her get jumped by these girls, and almost, I don't want to say like an afterthought. I want to make it like that because I want to be one of them wrestling fans who's like, oh, look, she's getting buried. I'm so upset. What's going on with Io? You guys suck. Hey, I have a booger in my nose. You know, because some wrestling fans are just like really outlandish and ridiculous. Very. So, I mean, they jump her, and you know, we get on to the next. Let's jump into this match right here. So after they jump Io, you pretty much have the next match is Dakota Kai against what's her name? It's Horror Jade. It's Horror Jade.
Horror Jade, stop it. You know how to say her name.
Yeah, so she has a match with Horror Jade. No, I'm just joking. But it's Horror Jade. But before we get to that match, Mandy runs into, and I'm gonna ask your opinion about this opening segment. I just want to get this last piece in. But Mandy runs into Dakota, to which she tried to rub her back or whatever, like, you know, like pat her on the back. She said, I didn't do this for you. I'm done with Raquel. So I just pretty much talked about the opening segment, and the next match is Dakota against Cora Jade, if you want to talk about it. But what did you think about this opening segment here?
I thought it was great. I'm super big on Toxic Attraction, so anything positive for them, I'm super okay with. I'm excited to see what Mandy does.
iPhone.
Alexa's off the hook. Go ahead.
So I'm excited just to see where things go. I do like this new Mandy. She's benefited very much from the double back effect. The same thing that Finn did. The double back effect is very much
right.
It works.
No, it did. I think she really benefit going back to NXT, and like Finn, he was a success story. I think even in not into the same caliber as these two, Emma. I thought Emma had a really good second run. Maybe not as much, but I feel like let's put it this way. I feel like she had a better run on the second run in NXT than she did on the main roster. I think that's a fair way of putting the thing. But we get Dakota Kai against Cora Jade. Cora Jade, I like her. So when I was a young lad growing up in the 2000s, Avril Lavigne was just coming out, and Skater Boy was a really dope song. So I was kind of sitting there saying, oh, she likes Avril Lavigne, kind of. But I feel like a lot of these guys in the chat don't even know who that is. She wore a tie once upon a time. Hey, look at this guy. He don't even have a picture of himself. I can't take you seriously. What is that? What does it say? What's it say? I suck?
It says Falcons suck.
Oh, he sucks. Okay. Oh, well, you should have more faith in yourself, honestly. He's a great guy. I like him. He's all 5'4". I don't trust people 5'4", but he's all right.
In no world am I ever a jobber. That's your thing.
See, let me tell you something, Elvis. See what you on and did here? Today was election day, and you can vote for people. I didn't vote for you because of silly things like that. Don't you ever come at my partner again. That's another person who's like under 5 foot. I love this guy. You're great. I want you to know that, Anthony. He's great. He's so nice. He's the nicest person in the world. You're great, Anthony. Nice. Keep being great. What else we got here? Finally back on the show. Right. I'm glad he mentioned them because, right, Io did have backup because Mandy did say, like, there's no trio, no one that could take us. But Caden and Casey are back. But, you know, I don't even know if that means anything, honestly. What else we got here?
I don't see Toxic. Well, I don't see JC and losing those titles anytime soon. So it's
absolutely
like Caden and Casey. I feel like Caden and Casey are the number one. Let's get beat up by whoever is the tag champs at the time.
Yes.
Literally, since the titles have even came, every person who has a title, they have a small feud with them, and they always beat them up. I'm tired of it.
Oh, you're right, because it seemed like every time they go for it, they don't. Sonic is way better. I'm sorry, like Finn. I like Finn, but Sonic is way better.
No, he isn't.
Don't listen to Shay. She's just making stuff up. Hey, happy New Year, the bad guy bitch. That's what I'm talking about because I'm the baddest of them all. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to count how many times Mandy said, "You know I'm hot."
Listen,
She said it quite a bit. You know, quite a bit.
I mean, she's speaking truth. Sometimes you got to say it more than once to make sure people in the back hear it.
That's right, because they can't hear, or maybe even people who are like, they can't hear it. You got to just make sure that they hear it. Hey, you know what? You're a great guy. So I like this guy because he has a beard. I appreciate guys with great beard.
I have a little bit one too.
Shannon, don't tell me that ever again. Don't you ever tell me that. Ladies and gentlemen, can we compliment how great her bangs are? She was like fighting early about it, but it's great. I want you guys to know.
Don't even. Elvis is gonna start attacking my bangs now.
Who's gonna attack? Who?
Elvis is gonna attack my bangs.
Elvis can't even attack someone on their knees.
Fine.
Why do you have an ugly sweater? Because it's ugly sweater day. That's what we're doing.
That's why.
Dude, why don't you have one? Ugly. It's ugly sweater. That. She's great. She's great, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Dakota Kai against Cora Jade. You both are great. I really love tuning in to hear what you guys say. Hey, thank you, man. And we appreciate all you guys in the chat. I want to sit here and say, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys like tuning into our foolishness and talking wrestling because that's what we're here about. I'm about to have a good time. So if you're having fun, please give us a like, love, and share on Facebook, YouTube, all those good stuff. Just pass the good word about Unpopular Review. Please. I mean, not just NXT, but there's Raw. There's her favorite show, AEW. There's SmackDown. There's all that good stuff. Shannon, don't ever do that face again. That was very rude.
I don't know what you're talking because you're spreading lies.
I'm a spreader.
So Cora Jade versus Dakota Kai.
Yes, you want to talk about it?
Yes, I was so happy to see Dakota back. I mean, I was happy to see Dakota in general. I was a little worried because there were rumblings that she was going to be going to the main roster. And when draft happened, I was like, well, where is she? She's in NXT. And she has a new layer to her personality now. It seems that she's broken. Maybe Raquel broke her. Now she hears voices and she's talking to herself. I like it.
I'm laughing because I love how these two universes you mix. So apparently she's Matt Hardy and Randy Orton because she's broken and she hears voices. So apparently she's and next thing you know, next week she's going to team up with Matt Riddle. So who knows what happens at this point?
If she wanted to, she could.
Yeah, if she could, right? She would. There is definitely layers to her. She gets the win. I mean, there's not really much to dissect about this match with Cora Jade. I do want to point out Cora Jade was pretty much on a winning streak. I put 5, but I think I was off. But she had pretty much of a winning streak for a period. But you knew what she was getting in that ring with Dakota. Dakota just came back. She's the seasoned vet. And you got to make her look strong because her and Raquel is going to have possibly one more match. So you have to put Dakota over Cora Jade. Cora Jade would be fine. She's not. They mentioned how young she is. Like, she's a pretty young girl. So she's going to be fine. I
don't understand why they keep bringing that up, though. It's kind of weird. Like, okay.
I think they bring it up just to mention, like, how new this new NXT is more for, like the younger. Not to say, like, because Dakota is not old. Like, I'm 33. So, like, if 28 is old, then I'm just ancient. You know what I mean? Or 28, 29, whatever. I know she's, like, in her maybe late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. So I think they try to bring up, like, hey, we got some young talent, some up-and-coming young talent. So I think that's why they continue to bring it up. Hey, look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this. You said don't start, but look at that. Boom. Look at that right there. That's what I'm talking about. Good job, Anthony. If I could, I'd high-five you, but I know. But I'm going to do like this. So I want you to put your hand out as I do that. Bong. High five.
Thank you. Thank you, Anthony.
There you go. See? But she does get the win. And she proceeds to want to like continue to attack Cora Jade, but stops. But that crowd is so ruthless, right? They were sitting there saying, finish her, finish her. Florida is just completely
They
awful.
like Cora, but they also like violence.
Oh, yeah, no, Florida's an awful place. That's why I don't want to. Hey, listen, guys, if you live in Florida, I have a lot of love for people who live in Florida. I ain't going down there because you're just ruthless, dangerous. And listen, I live in New York, and I've taken the train by the Bronx. Terrible, scary. And Brooklyn. Brooklyn is even the worst. Brooklyn's the worst. See, I knew you was going to feel away. Brooklyn's the worst, and Staten Island's the worst, too. Live in Queens, you're always going to be safe, except if you're in Jamaica. It's a terrible place. But MSK, they have a segment. Why don't you talk? I could do this any better. So why don't you talk about the MSK in their little segment here?
I just think it was a regroup segment just to kind of see where they are, gauge where they are after the loss. I feel like there's more to the story though. Like it felt like there was more that they were gonna add on. So we'll see where that goes. I'm really excited to see what's next for them. They're like literally one of my favorite tag teams right now. I don't think I've liked the tag team this much since Motor City Machine Guns. And that's saying a lot because that's literally my number one favorite tag team ever. And so I really do like MSK. And I know it's weird that they both start with M's, but whatever.
You just with tag teams with M's, that's all. Motor and MSK. And I know they do this running joke now where they get ready to explain what it means, and then something happens. Like there was this bus that went by, and apparently they missed a bus just by telling this story. And I sit here and say, ladies and gentlemen, get yourself a friend that don't mind giving you a piggyback ride to whatever destination you're going to, because apparently, who was it? Wesley? He was carrying. No, it was not Wes. It was Nash Carter.
Nash carrying Wes.
Yes. So. I'm sitting there saying to all my boys who are watching, yes, please. So then we get Zaya Quinn, right? I want to make sure I say his name right because I always pronounce stuff wrong. Ooh.
Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure. It's Zion Quinn.
Zion, thank you. See, that's why we're the best tag team ever, because you see that tag team work. But you gotta be Matt and I gotta be Jeff Hardy though.
This was the best segment of the night. I don't care. I'm not arguing about it.
I don't want to argue either. But please, I mean, you already started to take over. Please.
I don't care about the people on Twitter because they're always mad about something. Wrestling Twitter is always upset. There will never be a time when they are just happy. And if they are, it lasts for maybe an hour at most. But this segment was awesome. I feel like people get so like stuck on he has to be a serious character. Why can't he be a character with layers? Like he's a serious character. He has an outstanding look, but also he'll break out in a song. What's wrong with that?
I thought it was actually really cool that he did break out. First off, he brought out Shawn Michaels' theme. Like that right there to me was, you know, I was sitting there saying good taste in song. And he actually sounded really good when he was singing. Like I do karaoke. I sound awful. Sober or drinking.
Choreography too.
Yeah, he did have the moves. He looked really good with it. He was dancing. Even the part, I thought it was actually kind of comical where when Robert was running into him, he kind of lifted him up like Dirty Dancing. Like that. I thought that was actually really funny. And I do agree with that. I don't see what the problem is with having some kind of layer to a character. Like, let's be real. Next week, he's not going to be doing this. If he does it every week, I might sit here and say, yeah, you have a valid point. I don't like that. But if it's a one-off, he does it to show like, hey, look, I could be a funny guy if I need to. Hey, I could add what you want in a wrestler is layers. I think that's one of the reasons why someone like, if I can mention Kane, he was pretty good. Like, yeah, he was a red monster, but he also could be funny.
Right.
Does anybody remember that segment? 2002, it was Hogan and Rock, and he did the whole Canaanite thing. He said, what you got to do, and did all that, and the muscles, and he did like that. And by that point, Kane was already have done funny stuff, but even when he bust out doing that, he was like, oh, shoot. So I agree. I think them having him doing something like that, one off, if he does it next week and the week after, I might have a problem. Admittedly, I might have a problem.
Right.
But if he does it this one time, and then also he end up killing Robert Stone. He ended up destroying Robert Stone. I mean, did you see how when he went, it was like he was going for a backdrop and then he tossed him like garbage. Are you kidding me? Like I sit here and say all that just to say that he's going to be fine. It's okay that he did that. And he killed, like I said, killed Robert Stone. I mean, killed him really bad. Like he killed him with a jackhammer. I mean, and he looked impressive.
Really great. And it's just confusing how it took so long for them to bring him out. I'm like, you guys had this guy for like, it's been a while. He's been under contract. And just now you're bringing him. I mean, I guess maybe he was honing his craft, but I'm just like, oh my God, where have you been keeping him?
I think it was a combination of that. You said honing his craft, like learning himself and everything like that. But I also think at once upon a time, I mean, granted, you could say like last year's NXT, you know, it was because, you know, it was different, right? So but you still had some of those indie guys, and it was trying to really like focus on those indie guys. So I think there's a little bit of that, because I think, not to say he would have got lost. I guess you call up a few people for the main roster and then bring him in. But I feel like he fits this new colorful NXT. This new colorful NXT where my eyes are seeing this, and there's just too many colors. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the 20-minute mark. Me and this lovely face will be back. We're going to play a commercial, and we're going to talk more NXT after. Oh, look, there's a commercial right here. No, there's a commercial right here. After these words. So, be right back.
Jeff Hardy said, hold a title he's never had before. So I said he's going to go after Roman Reigns, because that's a high-profile feud he can have. The fans will get behind him. And yes, he will take an L to Roman Reigns. But the fans will be behind him, and that's the kind of stuff that they like having. That's the kind of stuff they need. But I'm glad to see they're just going to go straight into it. I think that's the best thing for them to do, while Jeff Hardy is still white hot again, because he is getting those fans behind him again for reasons I don't understand. Because I said, every time he steps in the ring, he just looks injured to me. Pat, your thoughts on the potential Roman Reigns versus Jeff Hardy feud?
Roman Reigns is going to break Jeff Hardy in half. Jeff Hardy going to get at least like a good 2 or 3 hits out of Roman Reigns. But in actuality, Roman Reigns is going to smash him and stack him. Penny 1, 2, 3. Send him to AEW.
Jeff Hardy could go after the Universal Championship, but I think Drew McIntyre could be the one to challenge Roman Reigns next. Drew.
You know what, I'm laughing at that commercial? That is probably the most I've ever heard Patrick talk in that commercial. And I am grateful that they did. Because, Patrick, you are a superstar. I don't want anyone to tell you anything different. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Unpopular Review, the NXT edition of everything. And why are you not wearing Christmas sweaters? I'm pretty sure you're playing that Mariah Carey song. What are you doing? Yeah. I'm the bad guy. She's the captain. We're here to talk NXT. If you're loving everything that you're watching, come on, like, love, and share. What are you doing? We're on all social media platforms. We have that Facebook. We have the YouTube. We have Instagram. Look, there's all these platforms. Look, boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait, no, you got to do it like that. Boom, like that. Look at all this stuff. Look at that. Oh, God, that's terrible. This thing got in the way. It's not my fault.
It was there for a time, so maybe it's you that got in the way.
Okay. She knows she wins every time with these things, but I think you should take this one. Joe Gracie was on, and when I saw him, I said, man, I think I took a walk from it. I don't know what happened. I saw something on the floor, and I was interested. So why don't we talk about Joe Gracie here?
Gacy. You say Gracie every week. I'm gonna beat you with a shoe. Gacy.
I'm not trying to get hit by little people's shoes, so please don't hit me with that.
Okay. Anyways, he basically was just talking about how the world is cruel and how they, what's the word? They judged Harland on his look and how it's not okay, and it was just the same spiel. It really wasn't anything special, but I am waiting to see more about the Harland character.
What do you, Harland, like? And hopefully I said that right, because I'm not trying to get hit by a shoe. But what do you think they go with him? Because I'm thinking, I don't want to say Psycho Sid. I want to say to a degree. Hopefully, like the comparison makes sense. But like Lars Sullivan, like, you get what I'm saying? Like that crazy monster. I'm trying to think. Mm-hmm.
I feel like he could be what Heidenreich was supposed to be. That is full potential. No, stop laughing. He's the full potential that Heidenreich.
Michael Cole, run. I'm sorry.
Listen, okay. When you think about Heidenreich, stop laughing. Outside of the Michael Cole stuff, he was pretty intimidating.
Okay. Hey, listen. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying Michael Cole should run. That's all I'm saying. Like, when you said that, I was like, oh, you know what? Michael Cole, just pray he stay on NXT just long enough for you to get out of retire and leave. Because when you hear a comparison like that, I'm out the door. You know what I mean? I'm gone.
Think of enough. Okay, so I'm gonna think of 2 more people since
Okay.
I don't laugh. He could be like Gene Snitsky as well.
Oh, so he likes feet. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm not judging.
Or
I'm just saying.
I feel like he could be a form of like a serious Festus. Like a serious Festus.
Now, Festus is actually interesting, except with the when he come to the ring, like that and stuff like that. But when he was in the ring, he definitely was a threat when that bell rung. So that's interesting. I can go even Snitsky. I'm having some fun here, but Snitsky was kind of a threat until they did the whole crazy like shave his head and eyebrows. I thought that was a little wonky to me. Yeah, that was creepy. I got what they were going. They were going for a creepy look, but I mean, he just looked like
he was fine as he is. He already had heat. It was no need to do all the extra.
Yeah, I thought that was really extreme there, but Holland's gonna definitely be a monster. He has like a jumpsuit, right? Because I kind of when I think of the jumpsuit, I kind of think of not Festus. I'm sorry.
Michael Myers, the Dickie.
Yes, yeah. That's what he was going for. Because I was gonna say, excuse me, Eric Rowan, because he had that kind of same thing too.
He did.
So that's what I was thinking about. But yeah, Joe Gracie or Gacy, was it Gacy? Because I'm not
Gacy.
Okay. I said that. So we have this next segment where we have Legado del Fantasma. I like saying it now because I couldn't say it right once upon a time. Against this was actually the captain's favorite match. We were watching it together, and she was so excited about seeing Kyle O'Reilly and Con Wagner. She was blown away by Con Wagner's wrestling technique that she was so thrilled. She said, "Hey, bad guy. Hey, bad guy. I should cover this match." I said, "Are you sure you can do this?" She said, how I feel about this Con Wagner guy. Like, this guy has the look. He has his fashion sense is all over the place, but I get it. He's a work of art. I think I need to cover this match. I said, "Listen, we're a team, and I can help out." She said, "No, I need you to sit back, shut up, and let me talk about my Con Wagner. Him and them, that beautiful streak of blonde hair, and I'm talking too much right now. That's why she's so mad at me right now. She's just like, bad guy, you're talking too much. Let me talk about my Con Wagner. Kyle O'Reilly is just dead weight. He's hogging all the spotlight on this young up and coming superstar, and I'm going to give you the floor right now so you can talk about your Con Wagner." But I do want to say Legado del Fantasma, I want to give him a big shout out because their gear, I love Spider-Man. You are great. I want you to understand that. You're a great one. He's great. You hear me, Shay? He's great.
I believe you.
Thank you. It's about time. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm going to talk about Vaughn.
Please do. But I want to say this. Legado, real quick, they had like the logo was actually really cool because it was like LWO base. I thought that was really cool. Their shirt was, like it was Legado del Fantasma, but it still was LWO, like how they had it back in WCW. But carry on, please.
That's cute. Yeah, that is cute. So this tag match was like, it was a cute match, but what was the purpose? Are we gonna have Kyle and Vaughn go after will fight other tag teams to get to the point to winning the tag titles? I don't want to see that. Not while Vaughn is in the distress that he is. His ring gear is horrendous. The mullet has to go.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, the way he moves around is really big and goofy. It stresses me out. Not to mention, his foot was on the road for this match. His foot was on the road. Hello.
Hi.
So it's kind of like he's not hitting for me on any level, and his personality, he's kind of boring. Not kinda, he is boring actually. Kinda was being nice.
Shay's just changing everything up here, ladies and gentlemen. But I right now, what she's saying on air, I do agree because like before, but I do agree. He's just not ready. Like it's something about him where he doesn't hit. He's not. Is that what the cool kids say? You were said this is hitting.
Yep. No, it's not hitting. It's not hitting for nothing.
No.
Like the ring gear. That's the most stressful part about it. The ring gear is really, really bad. It's one of the ugliest ring gears I've ever seen in my entire life. His hair is just like, it's not like, oh, your hair gets messed up after. It's like it shouldn't even be there. Like the hair looks like it doesn't want to be there. And I can tell. He needs to get a haircut, stop the games, put on some damn undies. I don't want to see the paint. I don't want to see the paint.
Undies? I don't want to see that. I'm seeing no damn undies.
That would look way better on him than what he has going on right now. Like the leggings he has, like I have leggings like that, but like with all black. It's ugly. Like, I'm sorry. It's really bad. And he needs to just get better with his ring awareness as well. He's just moving around.
He's not a ring general. I don't think they're going to ever view him as like a ring general, ring technician. I mean, not technician, but ring general. He's just somebody who, and I think that's why they paired him with Cal, because it's like, he needs that direction. Him losing, I'm under the belief of like, and I agree. The ring gear does show. I agree to that. I do agree. I think what was I gonna get? I'm sorry. I'm easily distracted. But yeah, I think even the ref wanted to get out of there. Like you said, hey, Von was on the rope. I think the ref saw it and he said, "You know what? I don't care. I just want to go home."
It was so.
I think.
Like I can't.
Oh look. I'm Con Wagner. I can sit here. I'm big and tall. I can throw people around. Yeah. Look at my big nasty hair. It doesn't matter. I'm big and clunky. I throw people. Gal, stand back. I got the match. Get to the chopper. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm Paul Colorado. Just probably, he's just in there going like, yo, I was a part of the Undisputed Era. Now I'm just a part of an era. Like, I just don't know. I thought he was going to be a Stone Cold Killer, some of Stone Cold's character in the beginning, but now he's just called a snowflake, which killed the cool part for me. Yeah, I don't know if anyone listen, I just started off the show sitting there saying, if you live in New York, it sucks right now because it's getting cold. It suck. So when you call a snowflake, that's awful. He's a little awkward in the ring. Agreed.
Very. Like.
Hey, this is a question for you.
They're going to do like they do with every champion who loses their title with Raquel, call her up to the main roster, not give her a rematch. I honestly, I don't know. Actually, I don't know where they're gonna go with that. I don't know if they're gonna give Raquel another title reign. I don't see it in the works. So
what? Give her a rematch for the championship?
Yeah,
I think right about now. The main thing is getting that rematch with Dakota. Mm-hmm. I don't think she's getting another time, which is fine. I think the idea is just to bring. Didn't she have something where she was called up to the main roster? Like she did a dark match recently and she won or something.
She did a few dark matches with Xylee.
Yeah, which is sad. Like, hey, look, we called Xylee up. Hey, what do you want me to do, boss? Oh, I know, just lay on the mat. Whatever. I'm sorry. I digress. I don't mean to sound angry. Unbelievable, Anthony. What about my Sonic sweater? It's really cool. Sonic is way cooler than Finn.
Boo, but I see.
Boo. That's gross. I'm gonna be quite frank with you, darling. That was gross. What we got here? Shay, I feel that Vince is going to regret putting the title on Mandy when he realized that I think he meant ratings are going to plummet while they're steady. Wow, was it really like that though with Raquel though? I don't think it was really like that. Do you?
I think it was all over the place, but also I feel like Raquel's reign was running its course.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was getting stale, and I could tell that the crowd was like you could hear it. Even sometimes the crowd was just starting to get to the point where they weren't feeling her anymore, because that's just how the crowds are. Like, champions have it really hard, and I feel so bad for them. It's so easy for the fans to just turn on you. It's like they have short attention spans. No,
it really is, because when you're a champion, and there's been a lot of people, and I use Becky Lynch, right? So I was happy that she won the title, right? She won the title, and I always thought she was great. But I'm not gonna lie, and she held that title for what, like a year, correct? So you think about this, she held it for a year, and I remember just thinking like, oh man, I'm about tired of this. It's hard when you're a champion because how do you keep people compelled? You have to sometimes either make a change or drop the title and do the chase. It's really hard when you're the champion. So we got that. But let's get into the next thing because we're about to do a commercial. But Legado del Fantasma get the win, just to throw it out there again. Von Wagner, no one card. He lost the match. The referee counted 1, 2, 3, and he left the ring because he said, "You suck." So he got out the ring. You should sit down then.
I can't. So what was the next thing that took place?
We have Trick and Carmelo. They're getting interviewed. I put promo by accident, but they're getting interviewed. But our main man, Andrew. Oh my God, Andre Chase. Andre. No, I was gonna say that. You didn't let me get there. I promised I was gonna get there. I beat her. Go ahead.
Andre Chase. I love him. My favorite professor. He's amazing. He's hilarious. He's just like that great comedic relief that you need on any show. Really, he's really great.
And he curses.
Exactly.
How can you not like that? He's great.
So he heard a rumor that someone was calling him a coward.
Disgusting.
After things that transpired in the haunted house, Dexter's house.
Nasty.
That needs to be foreclosed, but whatever.
I agree.
Yeah.
First time we're agreeing on tonight. Yes.
So Andre decides he's gonna go outside and he's gonna beat someone up because of it.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a desk, so I wanted to slam my hand.
You're scaring me.
Sorry.
So basically, Andre's out there and he's calling people out. He's saying he's gonna give someone a degree. I like that. That's a good, slogan. Come get this degree. Come get this diploma.
Yeah, that's right. You know how people say, "Come get this work. Come get this degree." Damn it.
Exactly. That's different because it's like I'm about to teach you. I'm about to teach you right now. I'm sorry. So basically, the person that ends up answering the call.
Was it the Backstreet Boys?
It
wasn't the Backstreet Boys.
Mr. Braun Breaker, 3 R's to be exact.
That's overkill. That's too many R's. Like that's way too many R's. I want to throw that out there.
It's just enough. So Braun Breaker comes out looking fantastic as always. This guy just literally looks like I want to have an action figure of him. That's how he looks. Great. So he comes out. I mean, I feel like I'm glad that they gave Andre some,
offense.
Like he didn't just get straight beat up. I liked that. But we all knew once Braun came out, Andre was not winning this match. I'm so sorry. Love you, Andre, but you are not winning this match.
No.
Not this time. You never know how things change. But right now, Braun is the guy. And it was a good match for Braun. I feel like he was able to show all his strengths, and the crowd ate it up as they always do.
That match, I agree with everything you said. It was just really just more for Braun or Breaker with 3 R's apparently. I mean, because he's gonna break you with 3 R's.
Exactly.
And I mean, he had to get this win. He had to get some, not to say heat, but he had to get some momentum back going because I do believe that he does take the title for Tommaso Ciampa. I do like at the after promo where he did admit, like, hey, I'm inexperienced, and Tommaso Ciampa, he's the seasoned vet. I respect you. I fell for all these traps, but if we have another match, I'm gonna beat you. And I don't mean be yelling and stuff like that. I got into the whole wrestling promo thing.
I can't do that voice. That voice is so distinctive. I don't know many people that sound like that.
And see, that's the reason why I honestly forgot. So. I say plenty of times, but I was like, "Oh, that's Scott's son, right?" And they're like, "No, that's the nephew." I'm like,
"Yeah, that's nephew."
But he sounds so much like Scott's son, it's ridiculous. But, ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, get into these chats. We're gonna get into these chats real quick, and then go into commercial to finish off NXT. Which is probably the last commercial of the evening. We got Anthony. He says, "Sonic is cool. He disappointed me. I'm sorry. Shadow is cooler." I just love black and red. I love to make a WWF Attitude or WWF New York sweater though. Yeah, no, those are great, but you really hurt my feelings when you said Shadow was cooler than Sonic. So like, you'll be hearing from me later tonight. Got Anthony. He says, Shay, what are your thoughts on what Izzy parents did to MSK, purposely having the crowd turn on them because they said they would. It would be a mistake to have a kid starting wrestling at 13. I feel like this was something that was talked about last week, but do you want to talk about it?
I feel like the parents were childish. It's very childish. MSK is great, and they didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve any of that because that's sound advice. Your body's still growing, and being a wrestler, you're taking bumps. Sometimes you're gonna disalign, bones. Your body's not gonna respond the way. It's you should just wait till you're fully grown before you really start with that. But that's whatever. They regulated them though. I know you've been hearing this crowd lately, right? Yeah. Stern talking to.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys know, when she points, she means serious. She's serious. She means serious business. Like business is picked up. JJ, this is just a recycled gimmick to me. They did the same exact thing with Matt Striker when he debuted. Yeah, but Matt Striker wasn't as cool. Like I thought of more Chris Nowinski, honestly, when this first was going on. So yes, this gimmick has been done plenty of times. You can even think about the to an extent the Genius, and I feel like someone who's in the 80s be like, yeah, well, it's kind of different, but yeah, it's the same. You know what I mean? Because I'm an old man. I grew up in the 80s.
I think everything is
recycled. It is.
Everything is recycled, though.
Yep. Think about that. I mean, like I said, Chris Nowinski, someone would go back even further and say, like, this game. So a lot of these gimmicks have been done, but they add a little take to it. So Andre Chase gimmick, smart guy, intelligent guy, all that stuff. I mean, I think.
He has a sailor mouth.
How can you not like him with a sailor mouth? I like people like that. I know I like people like that because I make friends like that on the train. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to go to another. We didn't do our commercial break. We're going to do another commercial break. It's probably the last one. And we will be back after these lovely words and these lovely people that's going to be on there. So check it out because you can check these guys out later in the week or so.
Alpha Academy, not bad, but not ready for it yet. Maybe another time, maybe season them up a little bit more and push them to somebody else, maybe. I don't think that they're ready yet.
I don't agree with that completely. I don't agree with that sentiment because Gable is amazing in the ring. He's one of the most underrated superstars on any roster. I feel like if you put him against kind of anybody, he is one. He's a former NXT tag champion, former SmackDown tag champion. He's pretty much been the standard bearer for good professional wrestling.
Listen, one of the moments where I've been the maddest at something WWE did was when they did the whole, Jason Jordan thing with Kurt Angle, and I was like, Chad Gable's right there. Like, he's right there. Like, he looks like I mean, where's the sixth? I mean, he's perfect. Yeah, like I really wish they would do something with Chad.
I love the frustration.
No, you can literally hear it. It's so cute.
Yeah, I know. He didn't even finish the sentence. He was like, like you could just sit there. Yeah, I know it. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you're liking these commercials that we play, you can watch these guys on Mondays. There's shows. We got shows on Mondays too. I mean, we're pretty much on the show. We're pretty much on air almost every day. Yes. So you can catch us, and we have some fun projects coming along the way. So just stay tuned. There's a lot of fun things going on. UPR is the place to be. We're getting ready to celebrate our 3-year anniversary. And you guys should 3 years. I mean, this is my second year celebrating. I know this will be your first year celebrating it with us, Shay. It's going to be a great time. So we're going to have a great time. And I want to say thank you for just tuning in for the last 3 years. Thank you. If you've been here for the longest, thank you. If you came here and then fell back, thank you. If you don't like us, thank you. I don't know. I mean, just thank you. We're thankful that you guys are watching and having a good time because we're having a great time and we're nothing without you guys at home. So once again, if you're loving everything, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, apparently that's Patreon. I never knew what that was, but now it's Patreon. And tomorrow we're going to make a MySpace, so stay tuned. let's go into this next segment here. So let's just put this segment together. Apparently, there's something going on with Cameron Grimes and Duke Hudson. Well, I mean, you like to always remind me he is. How tall is he? He's a tall fella, isn't he?
He's 6'5".
Is that exactly 6'5"?
I think it is.
Yeah, he's a 6'5" genie. So apparently now they have this thing now where they're he's a not a gambler. He's like he does card games. I think he don't have time for wrestling anymore. So now he's like a casino guy. He plays with cards and everything. He dresses as a genie. He might grant you 3 wishes. And I mean, do you want to? So I didn't really take a lot of big notes about this, but I know there was like 3 segments, and they put a lot of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out the words to explain. I think it's just Cameron's down on his luck in all ways. Women, like cash or like coolness factor. And he's been having these programs and different things with, different stars, Grace and Waller, and then now Duke. I think it's just Cameron on the search for himself. I feel like after the whole feud he had with LA Knight, he kind of lost himself. So I feel like this is just a soul-searching thing for Cameron right now.
Okay. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Because I mean, he had so much momentum once upon a time, right? So when seeing him now doing this, not to say like, look, not every feud is going to be a winner, right? Like some feuds you're going to be paired with something like, yeah. So I think him being paired with Duke kind of is supposed to help out Duke a little bit because I feel Duke is great. I mean, I really do. I like Cameron Grimes. Don't get me wrong. I really, really sincerely like Cameron Grimes. But it's something about Duke. I mean, he got the height. He can talk. He got the height. He can talk. He can wrestle. I feel like he's a total package. So I feel like they really want to get behind. Well, he's a genie. Like I don't know what's going on there. But Cameron Grimes gets the best of him, and it looked like that's going to be a feud because now he flips over the table. And, like everyone in NXT is cursed. It. I go to work too and I curse, so I'm with it. It's relatable. Isn't that relatable?
Yeah, I think it's probably it is relatable, but I think it's just going to be something.
Thank you for answering that. Thank you.
To kind of like fill the void. I don't think it's going to be like a drawn out thing because I think that all these segments really have a lot more to do with Cameron than it does the counterpart in the scene.
Well said. Well said. Let's get to this next segment. We have Imperium. They're talking about. See, look, I mean, I was watching it, and I was sitting there saying, I'm not writing all this crap down because they were talking in, I guess, German, and they made it clear, like, hey, we're the best, we're great, and we're in great shape. And one of them said, yeah, we're really in good shape, and I look like Buzz Lightyear. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, you didn't read the subtitles. I did.
Say that
you didn't read the subtitles. I read them. I saw it directly in front of me. I was watching the subtitles, and I did.
Okay.
Thank you. Really good job. But apparently they run into Toxic Attraction, to which they said, "Yeah, we got a match next week. You guys should tune in." So there's a lot of flirtation going on in NXT right about now. There's a lot of.
Don't forget Carmen. What's her name? Electra Lopez.
Yeah, she was flirting with
Xyon too.
Yeah, there's a lot of flirtation. There's love in the air, and a lot of stuff is going to be happening. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of flirtation going on here. To which even I couldn't see it, so I credit to the Cap because he says some of the lines. I feel like they said pretty much America sucks, but it has its benefits. She pointed out. He said. You point out they had to. I thought one of them said, she's a baddie. I was just saying, whoa, I didn't know you talk. I didn't know you talked like that, Buzz. I'm sorry.
He was built different.
He was built different. He was built different. So yeah, there's a lot of flirtation going on here in NXT. I think they're trying to add like a new layer to these things of like guys and girls like each other. That was something that was going on once upon a time when you remember like old school wrestling. I remember Spike Dudley liking Molly, which was a really cute story.
When he was mesmerized by Trish and just would stop all.
Which one was that? It wasn't Spike though. Who?
Bubba.
Oh yeah, Bubba had a thing for Trish. Yeah, he did. He wanted to put her through the table, and I don't mean that sexually. He wanted to put her through a table.
But, yeah.
But yeah, and he and also remember Balls, God rest his soul, Balls Mahoney. He had a thing for Kelly.
That's true. That was a thing, wasn't it? It was
That was a thing for 2 minutes and it stopped. Because it really was. It really didn't go any further. Which was funny because thinking about that storyline, she had like CM Punk, and then I think CM Punk moved on or whatever. And then there was this Beauty and the Beast storyline, and because how Balls Mahoney looked, and you see like I don't know, there's a whole bunch of things, but NXT is trying to add, I think, that layer back again, where it's like guys like girls and stuff like that. And I feel like that was something that haven't been around for a long period of time.
Right. It really hasn't. It's just been very wrestling, serious. Women and men coexist to work.
Absolutely. they just walk by, hi, and they hold their head down. Don't you dare flirt. You have feelings? Get out. It's such a different world.
No, seriously, it felt so. The only time I ever seen somebody, it almost looked like it.
Yes.
He got clobbered in the back of the head by Karrion Kross.
Oh God. Oh, you're talking about oh God.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was Austin, right?
It was Austin because he said, "Wow, are those real?" And I was like, and then she was talking about her nails. And I was like, "Oh." I said, "Okay, Austin. I know where we were going with this, but you never ask a woman that. You don't ask anybody that."
Right. Even
so we get on.
You don't ask.
Huh?
Even if it's fake nails, you just don't ask.
No, you don't. No.
Just assume you're right and don't ask.
Hey, listen, men, don't be stupid. That's the best I got.
Okay,
don't act.
Sorry.
So we have the very next match. We have Solo Sequoia. I said Sequoia, right? I just said Sequoia.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Sequoia, is it?
I have no idea.
Let's just call him Solo.
Yeah, let's call him Baby Oos.
Let's call him New Oos. Because I don't know if he's the baby. Let's call him the New Oos.
He looks like a baby.
He's a baby. He looked like a baby. Let's call him Blonde Oos.
I'm crying.
Me too.
I want to not talk about the blonde as much as possible, and you're kind of messing that up for me.
That's what I do. That's what I'm here for. That's why we were paired up. Listen, I'm the tag team partner that just jumps off the apron, and I wouldn't leave you hanging. So yeah, we have Baby Oos against. I put Jeek. I didn't get a chance to get the man's last name. I mean, it's really and honestly,
Mayor Jeet.
I was going to say this. You did a better job than me, and it really didn't matter because this was a last week he debuted, and he just showed up, and it was like, oh, cool. He does a few things, but you really didn't see what he can do. And even now, I really don't feel like I saw what he can do. I just see a man in shorts and he's barefoot, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's me when I come home. Like, okay, that's cool. Without the bed, I like slippers because the floor is cold. No one wants to be. That's terrible. I like slippers. They're nice. Are you a slipper person? Nah, don't ask that. Don't answer that. But he gets the win. He beats him with the. And one of the things I mean, we were talking on air. We were talking off air, and I was like, "Yo, it just don't like. It just kind of bothers me that they're trying to make it like he's not an Uso, but it's like he's a freaking Uso. Like he even ended the match with the splash.
Right. This doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. It's just I don't like when they do that kind of stuff because
it's like insulting.
It does, and it's like when you look at him. So here's the thing, Braun Breaker. I think if you look it up, you're like, oh, that's a Steiner. Okay, cool. Not to say he don't look like his father. I see it, but not as much. But this Usos really look like the Usos. Like it's to me, it's like, yeah, he's just a blonde Uso. Fine, whatever, cool. I can deal with it. All right, bet. Cool. Thumbs up. Boom. Bow Wow made an album. I don't care. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. But whatever. He gets the win. My main man Anthony's in here. He says, I don't get to tune in much because of work, but big shout out to the consultant. He's doing all right. God bless him and strength to him. Yes, he's great. He's one of the reasons why this thing is going on. And we're here because we get to talk about wrestling, entertainment, and there's something else coming on along the ways. Well, everyone just keep staying tuned. And I think he's helping me out here because my pronunciation stinks. So he says Sequoia. Did I say that right, Anthony? Sequoia, if that makes sense.
It's W, so isn't it Sequoia?
Sequoia.
Sequoia.
Yours sounded better. Good job.
Sequoia.
Sequoia.
I can't say it. Oh my god. Let's just move on before I butcher anymore.
See, you're part of the butcher generation too. You always get on me when I mess up names. But we have apparently Bo is still around. Not Bolieve, but Boa. I'm sorry, I said Bo. Boa. He has a match with Grayson, who not Grayson like Dick Grayson.
Waller.
Grayson Waller. He's not doing the podcast.
He has a match with Grayson Waller, and LA Knight is on the. He's on the table.
It's his birthday and he's working. Good for him.
Rude. Somebody's a hater. Anyways, we are blessed with his commentary.
Really?
LA Knight has top tier commentary. So it's literally a blessing when we can hear him.
Yeah. I mean.
Anyways,
was it really top
tier? LA Knight is still mad with Grayson because Grayson, you know what you did. You were very wrong. You flattened his tires. You know what you did to his tires. And so this is kind of like karma. But I love Grayson as well, even though his hair is ugly.
I'm going to be quite frank with everybody. I think LA Knight, he's grown on me. He's a star. He's a talent. He has a great look. But did we really need him to host last week? Like, honestly, did we need anyone to host? How do you top Shotzi Blackheart? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does anybody top that? Like, yeah, it was a waste of everybody's time. And, oh, look, he flattened his tires. Okay, but, like, did he die? No. So let's move on. I'm a believer in moving on. I don't like holding grudges, personally. I move on. What the Bible says? Turn the other cheek. And that's what, honestly, LA Knight should have did. Cheek and went to Raw and get slaughtered. That's it. I'm sorry, does anybody have a problem with what I'm saying? No?
Yes.
Listen, I can't see you right now. So, yes, you started this. But Bo gets the win. I mean, but all seriousness, I think we're both done with T and Shine, like T and Shaw. It's just not the same without Xia Li. It's just like even with Boa, and then he wins, and then he has white face paint, and then like I don't know, then he fights Reptile from Mortal Kombat. I don't know. It's just I'm over this. I'm over it. Like, does anybody care at this point anymore?
No,
I don't blame the people involved. I just think they lost so much momentum when Xia Li was called up.
Right.
It really hurt because she was really. You talked about earlier, right? I forgot what you were saying, but you said something about what was the heart and soul of some of a group, right? And I just feel like that was Xia Li. She was the heart, and when you took her out, that body was dead. It wasn't the same. So I really feel like that hurt them. But yeah, Bo gets the win. Kelly Ray, she has a promo, so she's going to be showing up next week. I forgot that she was even still around, so she'll be here. But let's get into this main event real quick. I mean, because we're going to get ready to call it. We're getting ready to call it a night here, ladies and gentlemen. But I do want to say once again, thank you for watching us, tuning in for some NXT. And me and the Cap just hope that we have done a great job entertainment. That's all we try to do. Have a good time, talk wrestling. And apparently everyone likes when you yell at me. I don't know why. That's hilarious. And also we have Christmas sweaters. Hello, come on! Like, look how cool it is. She got the Finn. I got the Sonic the Hedgehog. Come on, it's a great time. We're just this really fun night. We don't know what we're gonna do. One night we might have we have to do onesies one night. I'm just throwing it out.
Well, that's definitely gonna happen.
She's great, ladies. Damn, she's great. I'm gonna say that again later tonight, but damn, she's great. But yes, Chopper's out there. Has a promo. He talks about how he realized how everything is changing in NXT. New NXT tag team champion, new NXT women tag team champion. And he says Braun Breaker was supposed to, but he didn't get the memo. So apparently Braun Breaker was supposed to go over last week, but he didn't know. So he just won. He said, well, I didn't know I was supposed to go over. I didn't know. He was supposed to win, but I didn't know that. So I won. but it's setting up something for a future rematch, and that's why I sit here and think that Braun Breaker is going to get that. Captain, I've talked a lot, so why don't you talk a little bit about this Ciampa promo, and then let's talk about the tag team match. I'm going to let you get the floor. Madam, do you want to take the floor here?
Yes. I mean, I guess, it was a pretty good promo for what it was, but I'm still just kind of like, who's next for Ciampa? Honestly, that's the only things in my mind. Like, anything he says is kind of like going over my head. Who is next? Not
Goldberg.
To be very Goldbergy. So.
I was going to say Goldberg, apparently.
Yeah, oh gosh. And then the match itself with Carmelo and Trick Williams and those latex pants versus Johnny and Dexter. I thought it was a nice match. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. It had a lot of cute, funny moments in there. Johnny is fully on board with Dexter at this point, doing the crawl and all that. It's we love growth. So I mean, it was a cute match. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm glad that Carmelo ended up winning. I think he needs to be protected as much as they possibly can. I think he is exceptional. He's gonna be great. Like, if he already is great, but he's going places. Trust me.
And that was well said. I do agree to that. I think he's great. Dexter losing is not going to hurt him. I don't think that was bad. I do like that we got to see what Trick can do, because I feel like we never have an opportunity to see what he can do in the ring. It's displayed that he can talk. I think he's a great talker, but I didn't think he embarrassed himself. I would like to see a little bit more of him. I mean, the vehicle is really made for Carmelo, and obviously they're going to set up between Carmelo and Johnny, and I think they're going to have a really fun match, because I feel like in a lot of ways they're kind of similar. Not really big dudes. They're pretty quick, and Johnny is great. I mean, Johnny Takeover. Now, I feel like he pretty much turned baby. Excuse me. I feel like he's turned baby. Now all we need is This Rebel Heart to be starting to play, because that is a dope song. I actually have it on my phone and everything.
Yes.
You like that one, right?
Love it.
Yeah, so it would be really cool. We got my main man, Anthony. He sit here and says that he forgot they were even a thing. I think he's talking about she and Shaw. He says the tag team match event was really the only match that caught his full attention. And he said the shoe hit was hilarious. I wasn't expecting him to use his shoe. It's funny. When I was watching that, I thought, because I don't want to put him on blast, but my younger brother, and like his shoe size is a lot bigger than mine. So like I say if it's any bigger, it's gonna hurt. Trust me. And I'm a size 9, so I know my stuff don't hurt. But when you're like a 10 or a 12 or whatever, that bad boy hurt. Like, I kid you not. So I live in a basement, and like I find the biggest shoe, because sometimes I have grasshoppers. I don't know how to get in, but they get in, and I kill them. And I said, the bigger the shoe is, you're gonna feel this. You're gonna feel all this. Yes, I kill grasshoppers. I'm gonna be on the news somewhere talking about you don't care about grasshoppers. I don't. They're awful. Insects sucks. But that was pretty much NXT. But we're going to do some plugs here, and then we're going to go home.
Oh. Can we also talk about Tony D'Angelo on lashing out with Lash Legend? That was amazing. I'm obsessed with this character. Him knowing all the information about Mark, such a great touch. Literally, such a great touch. I am obsessed with this character. He's great. I just had to make sure I say that.
No, he's great. He's definitely going to be somewhere. And he was going on a lot of NXT stars. He was pretty much saying called out Carmelo, called out Tommaso Ciampa. He's going out everybody. So he really wants to smoke with everybody. He's definitely someone to keep an eye on. He even told Lash that, here, take this money and get yourself something nice. And then walked off, to which she said, oh, yeah, I'm totally going to get something nice. I'm just over the whole segment. It's just like, I get that they're trying to have like this Wendy Williams like thing, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just sitting there saying like, okay, cool. I mean, my question is, do we see her get in the ring? I feel like we eventually do.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a while. But that was the segment. And thank you, Captain, for bringing that up, because I did tease you and said, oh, you're talking about this, not me. and you brought it up and you remembered. Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause. She's wonderful. Isn't she wonderful? But speaking of wonderful, we have a lot of wonderful shows coming up. So why don't we talk about all these things? Let's start with there is one. I was concerned. I didn't think there was. Captain, do you want to help me out here with these plugs?
I can.
Yes, you can. What are you talking about? What's this? I can. We don't have I can on the show. We can. We're going to start with this one.
Can. So we have Monday Night Raw. The Raw review. It's at 11. And who are the hosts again?
I got you. I know because we're the only we're the only show that's been consistent. So the host here is going to be Big Daddy Cool, the Full Nelson, or the Ultimate Fan. I think there's one more person, but I think it's between those two. So let's go with them. We're going to say Big Daddy Cool and the Ultimate Fan. But we know the host on this one. You know the host on this one. You know this guy pretty well.
Oh, yes. It's Mike Knox. And it's Around the Blocks with Mike Knox. And
Around
it's
the Block.
6:30.
Isn't she great with these promos? I know. I can't help to tell you. I mean, I know this show, but I think you do a great job. What about this show here?
Oh my God. This is like the best show on Tuesdays. It's literally so amazing.
Oh my God. Very.
It's so great. It comes on directly after NXT.
Right after? Crazy? Oh my goodness.
Isn't that crazy how that happened?
Mind blowing.
I think it's hosted by the best tag team ever.
Oh my God. The best, right?
Shaypere and
I heard of her.
Guy Jack.
Oh, they're great.
That's what I heard.
I heard them too. They're beautiful people too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And on Tuesdays is such a fun night, but Wednesday is just as fun because we have what's going on. I challenge you to know this show. Right? What is this show, Cap?
The Wordplay.
Ooh.
So this is the challenge Spies, Lies, and Allies season. This comes on directly after the challenge, so that means 9:30 it'll be on, and we'll talk about who's sleeping with who's winning the challenges, who is fighting.
Absolutely. I actually had the opportunity to join you last week just to fill in for the big bro, Mike Knox. And watching this show, I was like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I thought my life was out of control. For me, meanwhile, I was sitting there saying, not so much. Also on Wednesdays, and I got you for this one because I know this one will make you throw up, so I got you. So they have AEW on around 10-ish. The host is, we have a new host here. His name is the Joker. I think the All Elite Joker. He's going to be on. I believe the executive consultant is going to be on. But you guys can tune in right after AEW go off the air. And also, how can I totally forget? So let's talk about our sister network. We have entertainment. So they're going through. Tuesdays is usually a movie night. I don't know what they did tonight. I don't think they did anything. But, okay, so they're getting ready to talk about the Spider-Man trilogy, Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 2, 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, to set up so we can go into Spider-Man No Way Home. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. You guys should tune into everything that's going on the entertainment side of everything. And also, last thing, on Fridays, we have SmackDown. We have the Administrator and the Wrestling Doll. They talk about SmackDown as soon as it go off the air. It's going to be a great time. Please, ladies and gentlemen, tune in. And how can I forget this? On Saturdays, there's no logo there. Who did this? But on Saturday, entertainment, we talk about the Squid Games. It's not episode 2. I think we're on 4 or something like that. It's a bloody show. It's pretty. I don't think it had the same momentum. But please tune in anyway because it's fun. We talk about the Squid Games. We talk about blood. It's not fun, but yeah, I agree. But it's nonetheless a great time, and we have so much content going on. We got here, what we got here? The shoe hit. Okay, you said that. I think the talk show part takes up time, and it's really not so interesting. There you go. And then Charmaine, Charmaine. Hi, I'm glad you caught us at the end of the show because we're getting ready to go home. We plugged all the shows. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We say thank you. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and on the Patreon. And you'll know all the schedules going on. And before we go home, we have our own. That's how great we are. We have our own very own way of going home. Captain, before we go home, any last words before we go home?
Mark should be afraid.
Mark should be afraid. And Mark should also know, damn, she's great. I'm the bad guy. She's the Captain Shaypere. And we say, mwah! Good night, everybody.